Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to That to Shoot, the weekly episodic show where I talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. Unless it's a predictions episode. And yes, that's what this is. This is a predictions episode because tomorrow night, on New Year's Day night, we're getting day one, which is incredible. I think this is a good thing. There's a part of me that says, wow, this is actually pretty cool. But, excuse me. This again, it's another part of me that says that what we don't need is more pay-per-view, pay-per-views from WWE. We need less. I've said this many times. You really need to get rid of half of these and just do 6, along with 2 Saudi shows, so it's 8 altogether. But we really need to get rid of less of them, But we'll see how this does. It seems like that it's gonna do a real good job, in person. Day one was sold out, within moments of tickets going on sale apparently. So that's good. We'll see what like pay-per-view vibes are, things like that, and maybe if we can find out like the streams, things like that. So we'll figure this out and see if it continues to stay next year. However, let's go ahead and let's talk about day one. Let's do some predicting. Let's start the show. So I started keeping records in 2020. I was 88-33. In 2021, it's still kind of basically did still this year. I was 91-31. So really good, really good. I was +3 in wins and -2 in losses. So I was really proud of myself for that. In 2022, we're gonna start off obviously 0-0. But we're going to do this and push these things. There are 9 matches. And they announced a kickoff show match very early, so that's good. And with SmackDown being basically a recap show tonight, and it's on FS1, I am not doing the, obviously I'm not doing the prediction show on the same day tomorrow as I would be, or as I thought I would be. But yeah, we're going to go ahead. And there's a whole bunch of other things probably just do that well. Maybe they were already gonna do a clip show, but maybe COVID turned that down. So I think here we are. And let's start off with that kickoff show. Ricochet and Cesaro takes on Sheamus and Rich Holland. So I think they just added Ricochet because just add a little flavor to the match. Cesaro needs a tag partner. So they just go ahead and add Sheamus and Rich Holland. Sheamus, Rich Holland, and Cesaro have been feuding for the last couple of weeks, with Cesaro getting some wins over both on Sheamus and Rich Holland. But I think also he got Rich Holland, the last time they were on air, got a win victory over Cesaro. So now with Ricochet in the midst, does things change? I don't know. I doubt it. I still think Sheamus and Rich Holland are going to continue to be dominant over Cesaro. And I think this lasts a little bit longer, so we'll see where this goes. But my prediction is Sheamus and Rich Holland are victorious. For the Raw Tag Team Championship, RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Riddle takes on the Street Profits. The Street Profits won the RK Bro-nament and had them be defeated AJ and Omos, I think, right? And I think they also beat beat Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio to make it here. So what things are happening? There's a part of me that wonders, is there a heel turn coming for the Street Profits, or could there even be a breakup happening for the Street Profits? I don't know. We'll wait and see. But I think that as of right now, I still think RK Bro is where they're gonna go right now. So I still kind of feel like that they're heading towards WrestleMania, where one of the two is going to turn on the other one. I would really love to see Matt Riddle turn on Randy Orton. That would be incredible. Um, but yeah, I see RK Bro still retaining the championship, and who knows? Maybe the turn happens at a WrestleMania. We'll wait and see. But I'm predicting RK Bro retains the Raw Tag Team Championship. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line as Shinsuke Nakamura takes on Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn won a 12-man, 12 Days of Christmas Gauntlet Battle Royal on Christmas Eve a week ago. However, Sami Zayn was also the last person into the ring to win that to win that match. So he had a very good draw. And I think the way this is all setting up, it could be heading for another Intercontinental run for Sami Zayn. Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't done too much with the Intercontinental Championship. So, I think it's maybe time for a change. As Bobby Brady or Peter Brady would say, Sami Zayn is going to win the Intercontinental Championship. Well, we got some heartbreaking news to report to you. As I'm recording this statue shoot, Betty White, the legend, has passed away at the age of 99, 2 weeks away from Betty White turning 100. And you might have seen it. I don't know if it truly is out. It was supposed to come out today, but it's the People magazine. Betty White celebrating her turning 100. Um, whenever you watch this, I'm gonna have a video on it later on my page, so make sure you go there and you check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna record that video right after I finish this. So uh, so when you are watching this, it's gonna be right before that. So check it out. Making an awkward turn back to WWE and predicting matches. Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. Let's not spend a lot of time talking about this. It would be an absolute crazy thing for Madcap Moss to beat Drew McIntyre, especially when Drew McIntyre is looking like going to be the opponent for Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. So it's Drew McIntyre. He probably destroys Madcap Moss in less than 5 minutes. For the Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch taking on Liv Morgan. Boy, this one's a tough one because you had the match at on Monday Night Raw, and Becky cheated to win, and now with a rematch now happening, could this be what they're doing? Is that they're setting up each and every way from Liv Morgan to win the Royal Rumble and to have the Liv's big moment be at WrestleMania? I could totally see it, but I also see that Liv Morgan is flying out the Liv girl, the angry Liv girl, to come out and for the match tomorrow night. So I just don't know. This is really a tough one, but I think I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch because I think the story is that Liv Morgan gets her she gets her big dance at WrestleMania. So that's what I see. So I think it is going to be Becky Lynch winning tomorrow night. Hall of Famer Edge takes on future Hall of Famer The Miz. Back and forth, they've had some pretty verbal battles back and forth the past couple weeks, and they're gonna get their hands on each other tomorrow night at day one. I think again, just like the last match, this is a match that I think you start with Edge and Miz, and then you end up doing Edge and Beth, which is the Miz uh, and Maurice at WrestleMania. So I think you do that by having the Miz cheat to win, and maybe by having Maurice lay hands on Edge, and that causes Beth to want to get down and dirty. That said, they could also, I think you'd want to also have them do it in a Royal Rumble, and you don't want to do it at like Fastlane or Elimination Chamber, whatever they're doing in February. Um, so I think the way to go about this is I want to go ahead and choose the Miz. I want to say the Miz wins, just like I said by the cheating from Maurice. So the Miz, I'm picking the Miz to beat Edge. For the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the tag champions, the Usos, are taking on King Woods and Sir Kofi Kingston, the New Day. The New Day have gotten 2 victories over the Usos in the past couple weeks, so I think this one is simple. And I don't think it's ready yet for the Usos to lose those championships. I said the Usos defeat the New Day at day 1. Fatal 4-way for the WWE Championship. Champion Big E takes on Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley. Now, Seth Rollins has COVID, and who knows if he actually will be able to make the match. So, there's a possibility that he may be out, and it may be a 3-way between Big E, Owens, and Lashley. But let's say right now that it is a 4-way. And even if it is turned out to a 3-way, I'm not choosing Seth Rollins anyway. So, that's not the thing here. To me, I think there's only 2 logical places to go. I think it's either Big E or it's Kevin Owens. And I could see them doing a thing where they put it on Kevin Owens for a few weeks, and then at the Royal Rumble, it's Big E versus Kevin Owens, and Big E wins it back. I could definitely see that. But I kind of see, and maybe maybe I'm falling into the trap I always tell other fans what to fall into. But I'm thinking about my personal booking. Wouldn't you love to see Walter versus Big E at WrestleMania? Big meaty man slapping meat is exactly what Big E would get. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Big E retains the WWE Championship, but be on the lookout for a Kevin Owens victory as well. And finally, the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship match: Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I think what we have here is we have SummerSlam 2018, right? 2018, SummerSlam 2018 happening all over again. If you remember, it's back in that time. And if you don't, I'm about to let you know what it was. SummerSlam was going to be Brock Lesnar, Universal Champion, versus Roman Reigns, the challenger. Brock Lesnar, at some point during that bit of time, he fired Paul Heyman just like Roman Reigns did. And Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman did this thing on Raw, but he was crying and he did not know what to do. He lost, the beast to conquer, and then he interrupted a Roman Reigns in-ring promo, and he said something in Samoan that was taught to him by Roman's father. He was the manager of the Wild Samoans. Or he was the manager of the Samoan SWAT team, which is Fatu and Samu. Um, but he knew about the Wild Samoans, and he had learned from them. And he said something, and he gave Roman this letter, and it was all swerve, and he threw powder in Roman's eyes, and Brock Lesnar came in and he F5'd Roman a couple times to let him know that it was all a ploy, it was all a plot to soften up Roman for SummerSlam. Now SummerSlam came, and Roman Reigns ended up winning the Universal Championship that night. But it was a setup, and I think this is what this is. This is going back to SummerSlam. They're doing what Roman and Paul are doing But they did at Summer, they're doing Brock what Brock and Paul did to Roman at SummerSlam. That's what I think. Many other people think that maybe, this is Paul Heyman's way of leaving and kind of just, fading off the background. Some people think that this is, the Paul Heyman's not going to be with Brock Lesnar, and I could even see maybe Paul Heyman do beat Brock Lesnar, and they pulling this out to the Raw, to WrestleMania, when it's allegedly going to be again Paul Heyman versus Roman, and then they'll do the thing at that point where when Paul Heyman helped Roman beat Brock Lesnar. But I think it works a lot better if it happens, if it happens now, at day one. So that's why I see this going. I think Roman Reigns does retain. Uh, you hear the reports about them trying to make Roman the greatest of all time, and everything like that. And I just don't think that the person who beats Roman is going to be the person that I think that is set up for the future. And I think I don't think that needs to be Brock Lesnar. It needs to be someone else, someone right now. And it really does feel like it's going to be Braun Breaker. It really does want to be Braun Breaker. Um, so yeah, for me, I think this is Roman Reigns, and I think Paul Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar and helps Roman Reigns retain his Universal Championship. So to recap, I have Sheamus and Ridge Holland winning the kickoff match. I have RK Bro retaining the Raw Tag Team Championships. I have Sami Zayn winning the Intercontinental Championship. Drew McIntyre squashing Madcap Moss. Becky Lynch retaining her Raw Women's Championship. The Miz upsetting Hall of Famer Edge. The Usos retaining the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Big E retaining the WWE Championship, and Roman Reigns retaining the Universal Heavyweight Championship. Now, I talked about this a couple times before, about my predictions. Again, to recap, in 2020, I was 88-33. In 2021, I was 91-31. And I will be doing predictions again this year, with the caveat that if matches end in a double countout or a double disqualification, those will go as a push. So I could have definitely some ties this year, So that's what that's gonna go. I guess I have been thinking about, maybe adding not only adding like the things of who wins, but also having the option to select this is going to end a double countout, or this is going to end a double disqualification, or no contest, things like that. Haven't put those like that, but I decided just not to. Just keep with the predictions or predicting the matches, and I'm also going to stop doing the extra credit things because it's just me. There's no need for an extra credit thing or anything like that, or a tiebreaker or something like that. There's no need for that. So just straight up predictions. Winner of the match. If I get it right, it's a win. If I get it wrong, it's a loss. If the match ends in a double countout, double disqualification, or a no contest, it ends up as a push. That's what the way it is. So I advise you to play along with me. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Give me your predictions of what's going to happen tomorrow night at day one. Give me your thoughts and opinions on my predictions as well. Make sure you like the video, you share the video, you subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.